Hi, this is the third video on reflections, and in this one we're going to focus on how to reflect by hand and also angles and sides. Here's a quick reminder about what conjectures you made just in the previous lesson. Take a minute and make sure you remember what you did, or look at your paper for number one. Pause is needed. On the student PDF towards the bottom of page 1, let's look at problem 2A, which says, using the conjectures that we just made, and they seem to be true, on your paper, reflect triangle DEF about line K. Please use a ruler or a straight edge. And it's okay to use the dotted corresponding segments. In fact, we encourage that. So press pause and then play when you're ready to continue. So what you need to do is to use a ruler, and what we want to do is we want to make the lines, connected segments, so they are perpendicular to the line of reflection. So let me draw a dotted line that goes from D perpendicular to K, straight to down, perpendicular. A lot further than I need. In fact, I'll do all three of those connected lines or connected segments. And then from F, perpendicular to the line of reflection. If K were vertical, I could just turn my paper, would be the easiest way to make that look the easiest. So with a ruler, I would need to do is measure the distance from here to here. For right now, I'm just going to eyeball that and say that this is about where D prime would be. Those two distances appear to be true, so this would be where D prime is. E prime would be the same distance from here to here, but in an opposite direction. So I'll say it's about right there. With you with a ruler, you could do it a little bit better than I can. And so that would be the image E prime. And the pre-image F, this distance here in the opposite direction would be about right there. And place that there. And now I'm just going to go ahead and draw in DE, a triangle DEF, connect with segments. So DEF. Pause is needed. See if that makes sense to you. I'm going to go ahead and change the colors of those so that it looks like the same color as the vertices are. We hope that this makes sense to you. Those two triangles appear to be a reflection of each other on that line K, and these points of intersection right here would be midpoints. We're asked to put those in. The next topic to investigate are angles and sides. So let's return to the software, go over to the tools, templates, and this time we're going to do the third template, angles and sides. So it was tools, templates, angles, and sides. And now it's giving me the measures of the pre-image, the three angles of the pre-image triangle. So let's go ahead and reflect about that horizontal line. And look what's happening there. Make your observations. Pay attention here. I'm going to pull C up and again start to investigate like I did before, and hopefully you're using the software and having a good time too. Pull the points, look at the angles, and see what kind of conjectures you can make. What observations seem to be true all the time. We'll change the line of reflection because we don't want to just go with one line of reflection, so we'll change it to vertical. Again, look at the angles. And then we'll go with a diagonal or slanted line. And notice again about the angles. So at the top of page 2, problem 3A, after observing the angle measures being shown, what conjecture can you make? So press pause and resume when you're ready. All right, let's see what conjecture or conjectures you came up with. Now, if you said all the angles are equal, that's not really true. You can see here that certain pairs of angles are equal, but not all of them. So the word all should not be in your conjecture. It turns out that what you should have come up with is something like, if a triangle is reflected about any line, the corresponding angles have equal measures, the ones that match to each other, A and A prime, B and B prime, C and C prime. That's the key way to word this. It's very important to use the word corresponding. This concludes the third video on reflections. Continue to video 4, where we're going to look at perimeters and areas, and also kind of a fun thing, grabbing and moving the reflection line and seeing what happens.